Do 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 do. Do do. Oh yeah. It's gonna be a good time. Your evil laugh there. But yo, what it do? GG Nation, GG Legion, your fella again, Strauss man, the GG. Welcome to Golden God and Friends podcast episode 400 billion divided by 2. Plus 3. 1v1 me in One Piece Grand Battle. It's episode 56. It's been a minute. I want to apologize to everybody. It's been a little bit of a minute before we were able to get this pod going, but we've been having a lot of stuff going on. JJ's dad was here a few weeks ago. My mom just had surgery. I'm still taking care of her a little bit. It's been really busy, but hey, we're gonna talk about the first. What up, Joel? How you doing? We're gonna talk about the first half of gaming. So I apologize of the not having as much Twitch streams and stuff, but we're gonna get back on track here. I couldn't rally the king of the casuals, my cousin JJ here, but I got the man, the myth, the legend himself. Skipped right into everybody's heart. Skipped to my Lou here. How you doing, Lou? How you doing, buddy?
Good. I know she got that King of the Casual comment in there. I thought you were going to give me King of the Casual, since I play a lot of 2K, but,
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, but I play a lot of 2K too, though, so I guess I'd be that, too.
I'm kind of jealous that JJ got the title of the King of the Casual there. I'm going to have to 1v1 him, it sounds like, for the title.
1v1, no quarterbacks, running backs only. Accelerate
clock. When at the line, whoever can destroy each other's offensive defensive line. How about that?
Win in the trenches there. But we hope you guys and gals have been having a fantastic, first half of the year going on. We're almost going into 4 months here. We're going to make everyone a little jelly, but we're going to talk about life of a PS5 owner really quick. We're going to start out with that. What we're gaming, what's going on, what we're looking forward to gaming-wise, because there's going to be a big Sony release here pretty soon next month, at the end of the month, next month. But how's it going? How are you liking your PS5 right now, Lou?
Oh, man, I love it. It's really cool. I can't wait to get another TV so I can get up there and get 120 HD. So we can so we can take advantage of some of these games that are in development when we get to it. I think there's only like 4 games, right? That can only go to 120 right now.
Yes, I think it's both Spider-Mans. I'm assuming it's both Spider-Mans, but it's because they told me Miles Morales was, but I'm assuming the other Spider-Man's the same too. Remaster. Both Spider-Mans, Demon's Souls, and Call of Duty. Is it Cold War? It's Cold War is the newest one, right?
Cold War, yeah.
Correct me down below, chat. Just correct me down below if you guys know. But it's good to see and hear from you guys. I'm having a lot of fun with my PS5. I don't want to I know a lot of you are trying hard to get one, and a lot of you are succeeding. A lot of our friends are starting to get a PS5. Don't give up. Keep trying. We're not trying to rub it in, we promise. We're just giving you our experience with it. I'm having a blast with the damn thing. The fact I just got a LG NanoCell 85 65-inch TV, so I'm taking advantage of that 4K. Also, that 120 frames per second. Like Lou pointed out, there's not that many, but I'm going to reinstall Demon's Souls pretty soon here and check it out because I'm excited to see. So I was tempted to reinstall the Spider-Mans as well in there. But what have you been gaming? If you guys don't know, Lou and I and JJ and a few of us in the GG's and Friends pod, we're kind of platinum hunters. We like to platinum some stuff. So what have you been working on, Lou? What have you been gaming this first half right now?
well, I kind of took a little bit of a break, but I did platinum Control PS5, which was really good. I enjoyed it. Let's see, what else have I done? Right now I'm working on Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm working on that plat.
Lou's having such a blast with that too. So he loves the mini games.
Oh god, the mini games are just terrible in this game. Oh god. Well, I'm sure they're fun for some people. I don't find the mini games in Kingdom Hearts fun.
Yeah, yeah.
But those that enjoy it, I'm happy for you. I hate them, so I hate them. I played, let's see, Destruction All Stars. That was pretty good.
Very fun game. Very fun.
We played Sackboy.
Yes,
we didn't platinum it yet, but we got to get back to the grind and the platinum that. So we finished Borderlands 3 together, PS5 version.
2K. Seriously, guys. Gearbox, somebody? Come on.
Yeah.
We've been waiting for the plat since September.
What are y'all doing, man? Like, the plat is a 0.0. You got 2 glitch trophies. You got 2. What have y'all been doing since this game came out in November? They're definitely not working on next gen 2K. I'll tell you that right now, which is 2K21.
Yeah, very true. I mean, that one has a 0% ratio too. It's kind of crazy, man. It's kind of odd. What else are you working on?
I did Bug Snacks, PS4 and PS5, so I got to experience both. Let's see, the loading screens in the PS4. Gosh, they were annoying, but I got through them. Not that I don't care about the loading screens. I don't care about the loading screens. But,
yeah, it's really not an issue with a PS5 now, man. Even with loading screens, it's like...
You start to see the difference, though.
Yes, you do.
Yes, I really started to see the difference. I saw the difference, Destruction All-Stars. How, if we got stuck in a game, or we got stuck for some reason, we couldn't match up and we had to close the app.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about it's like a 5-second process.
Yes.
Of closing app and then immediately loading back into the main menu lobby. So, stuff like that you notice. So, I also played Madden Next Gen. That was an easy plat, but I didn't really notice the difference in that game. But yeah, I mean, I've really enjoyed
playing quite a bit.
Yeah, I think I've played quite a bit of games since I got the PS5. So, and I still got a lot of games that I could still play. So
yes,
that includes PS5 games, which is like Demon Souls and stuff like that. That are unfortunately they're kind of on the back burner for me. And it's not that I don't want to play them. It's just I got so much stuff that I want to play right now.
Yeah, the backlog is definitely real. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I'm also trying to complete another challenge of mine. I usually like to set goals for myself.
Yeah.
Yearly. And I'm trying to get to 100 plats this year by the end of the year. So,
and what are you at right now? Like 88?
No, I am at let's see. I think I'm at 83, and we still got plats waiting for us. We got Borderlands.
Yeah, we got quite a few that are hanging around. Yes.
So I'm at 83. I gotta get 17, at least 17 for the rest of the year. So I'll try to pace myself to get some plats of games that I enjoy and play the other games that I would enjoy that I wouldn't care to get the plats for.
Knowing you, I think you'll definitely get through it. I've been gaming quite a lot too. I just earlier today I beat not technically beat, but I got the plat for Avengers PS5. I had a couple of glitch trophies again, damn it. It was the harm room again.
Oh boy.
And then it was the second to last mission. In story mode that glitch for me. Luz was recruiting Dr. Bruce Banner, recruiting the Hulk, which is about a couple hours in, so it's not as bad. I had to play the whole thing again, but with me having a 4K TV now, life is so different now. Things are different. Seeing things so much more clearly in video games. Like the PS5 version of Avengers looks really good. Like it looks pretty sweet. But I was preparing mentally because the trophy didn't pop right away after I beat the mission. I was like, oh god. I was like, I'm going to have to replay this again. And I was going to do it. I was preparing myself mentally for it. And then it happens when Kamala says the line, Avengers Assemble. Then I was like, oh, okay, thank God. Thank God. But I beat Tales of Berseria. I'm working on platinuming that. Obviously, you guys know P5 Strikers came out. I actually platinumed that already. I am planning to do a stream. I know a lot of you wanted to see it. I was hoping to do a spoiler cast. But we can see if KOK, King of the Casuals, if we can get him more motivated. Because I wanted to pick his brain on it because I am absolutely enjoyed the hell out of Persona 5 Strikers. I put about 80 hours in to get the plat, but I beat the game in about 52 hours. It felt like the most amazing summer break with your buddies. It was cool to see these characters again, and they're gonna keep making some more Personas, man. P5 isn't over. There's definitely more spin-offs. We'll see what there goes. There is problems with the game. I don't want to make the same the game is, but it is a worthy sequel to Persona 5. But I'll definitely say Persona 5 and Persona 5 Royal are definitely better. They're the preferred game. But I was shocked, A, how well it was made, and B, calling it a Muso game was a disservice to the game, because the game was incredibly fun. It was so fun. I think JJ, once he gets out of that first dungeon, he might be struggling a little bit. And I think that's what the case is, because he's definitely in Madden mode right now. You can definitely see that he's eating, breathing, and living that world again right now. So if we can get him to get past that first dungeon, but I don't know. Don't hold him to it, guys. I don't know. I did have a sneaking suspicion. This is why I wanted to get it physically and get the steelbook, that he might not enjoy this one, is because it is different. It is action combat and stuff like that. But man, I really enjoyed the hell out of that game. I had so much fun. I do want to, like I said, I want to do a spoiler cast on it. I'm playing a little bit of the Pathless right now. I'm on the first boss. I want to stream that. I have both versions of the game. Shout out to JJ. It was an early birthday present for me. I'm really enjoying Pathless. It was something I was excited to get when the PS5 first came out, but I chose Demon Souls and Spider-Man over that, obviously. But it is very good, very interesting open world. I don't want to say it's Breath of the Wild, because that's it has some of that elements, but it's its own thing too. It's a very unique game, and I like that Sony kind of takes advantage of indie developers and gives them a shot. I'm going to platinum both versions of it. I'm going to platinum the PS5 and the PS4 version, so expect a bunch of streams of Pathless for sure. I've been that's the reason why I haven't been rushing through it on PS5, because man, I kind of really want to stream this game, but I might actually just stream the PS4 version of the game and just enjoy the PS5 version of the game. But I've been having a blast with that. Same things that Lou had mentioned as well. I did Bugsnax and a bunch of other games. I mean, the beginning of the year, I had 9 or 10 plats in a row. I went on a ridiculous platinum streak. But we're going to talk about what we're going to do in the future. But some of the highlights I just wanted to say was definitely Tales of Berseria, P5 Strikers. I just did Avengers PS5 again. And Pathless. I'm playing a lot of Pathless. Right now, I just picked up they have an awesome sale of prequels and sequels on the PS5 store. And I picked up the Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm Trilogy and Ultimate Ninja Storm 4. And I'm working on platinuming Ultimate Ninja Storm 1 right now. I'm about 50% platinum with it already. Trophy list anyway. But something a lot of people wouldn't expect me to pick up, but I actually platinum a long time ago on PS3, Ultimate Ninja Storm 3, and Generations. It was pretty fun. I guarantee I'll get 3 out of the 4, but I'm gonna need help on the second game to platinum that one. So let's see if I can call in some favors with Elo or JJ or something. But what are you looking forward to gaming-wise in 2021? What are some of the games, some of the highlights, some other games you want to play that are in the backlog of 2021 for you?
Well, right now for PlayStation, it's definitely Returnal. I want to see what that's about. Let's see. Ratchet, those are the obvious. MLB The Show is, my thing. I want to see how the game is now that it's on multiple consoles now.
I
So
wanna point this out. I apologize to Lou. I'm gonna call him out a little bit. Lou was so desperate for a baseball game that he could not wait a month. That he took advantage of the Target buy two get one free and he bought RBI baseball.
you're dang right. Well, how that all started. Quick little story.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was watching the Knicks game, and
Yeah.
there was something that happened at the end of the Knicks game that that I was just like, I'm kind of ready for baseball. Like, I'm not gonna stop watching my Knicks, of course, but there was something that happened there. So, and the spur of the moment, I decided that was going to be my third game, was RBI baseball. So because I bought Overcooked and I bought Hitman, so I was really debating what my third game would be, and
Yeah.
that was it. And I was like, okay, I'm kind of ready to play a sports game, and it was just I don't know how those two kind of like correlate. Well, I do know how those two correlate because I was not happy with the ending of the game. So
Yeah.
I was just kind of like using my raw emotions. I was just like, you know what, screw this. I want to play some baseball. So and I'm mad because first off, show people. What is it? San Diego Studios, right?
Yeah, Sony San Diego, yes.
Okay. Why would you release the baseball game literally a month after the season comes out? Literally a month after the season comes out. The game should be out now. The season starts April 1st.
It probably
game's
would
not
have been out
coming
now
out.
if it wasn't for PS5, Lou. I guarantee you they had to delay it a little bit because of PS5 new console coming out.
Oh, I get that. And that's,
Because I remember 2014 with Miggy, the next gen version did not release until like May. And
well,
we
you
were
would
already
think
like
that
2 months into
they
baseball
would
already.
have. You would have think that they would have learned already, though.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but yeah, I get you. I get it. So, I
The
miss
thing I like
baseball.
about Sony too is they take their time. They're not worried about stuff. They just, you can wait. You can wait.
Oh yeah, well that is their thing. Is that
They'll do this. You can wait. You can wait a little bit.
Oh, I don't. I definitely don't mind that. It's just with a sports game, you kind of want to hit your mark. And I'm not saying that they're gonna miss their mark by
Oh
not
yeah,
releasing it before.
that game's gonna sell so well, dude. The show's gonna kill it, especially on probably
Yeah.
multiple platforms now. That game looks really fun. I was lucky to be a beta tester this time, and I'm excited to actually play the full game and I got really hooked on Diamond Dynasty last year. Lou knows this by heart. I freaking in 5 months I probably put like 400 hours in and got the Mike Trout, the best card in the game, with no money spent. I just played every day and just enjoyed it. And I didn't think about it like, oh man, I'm putting a ton out. I was just having fun, man. Lou was watching me hit like bombs, man. So I'm excited to do that all over again. Hit a bunch of home runs again.
Yeah,
all those cheesy cards that have ridiculous speed for no reason.
I remember I had to do the Diamond Dynasty for the plat.
Yeah,
So because they said it was the easiest way to get experience.
it was.
So the Diamond Dynasty was like, I was thinking that would be a long grind for me to plat, but
Yeah.
the Diamond Dynasty did make it very pleasurable for me. I mean, it was one night where I leveled up 15 times, and if you guys don't know, the leveling system in that game, it's not easy. So
Yes.
it actually took me, I want to say from 8 to like 5 in the morning to level up 15 times. But I didn't even know it. I was having so much fun that it was just like with the Diamond Dynasty and all the challenges and everything like that. So, and I'm not a Diamond Dynasty dude.
Yeah.
I don't like my team stuff. So
Yeah, Lou's not a card guy like me. I don't know. It's just a weird fascination. It's like I gotta collect stuff, and it feeds on that because I like collecting shit, like too much shit. Like I have way too much shit.
See, that's always so interesting because for me, like it's not. I really don't care, but there are
Yeah.
people out there, and I'm in the minority in this situation. There are people out there that they like skins, they like cards, and I just kind of use it, things like that. and I don't
Yes.
really think of like, oh, I'm gonna grind for hours and hours to get the skin.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you know what I mean. So I never, but I know a lot of people that do that, including yourself. So
Yeah, I did
it's
the John Wall grind in 2K, and it was fun. I paced myself though. I'm a vet, so I'm not into like, oh, I got to do all this in one day. Like, I'm not the first to
yeah.
do it. I just do a little by little every day and just enjoy it because there's other things I like to play. Also, shout out to the fellas. Shout out to Elo and JJ, Lou, and me. I know you guys haven't seen a lot of hockey streams lately for like this year at all. It's because we've been playing really late at night lately, so I don't stream late at night. But we made top 15% again, I think, in season 3 of Elite Cup. So we're
Yeah.
hoping to get the contender next time. But that was another game we've been playing we didn't mention. But I wanted to shout out the boys, because everybody helped out a little bit. Lou and I
We should.
probably the most
We
to play the game, but shout out to the fellas, man. Shout out to everybody. And Rollo. Shout out to Rollo. He's part of the team as
yeah.
well.
And shout out to Shiz. You
Shizzle
probably don't even
Windizzle.
know that this exists, but shout out to Shiz because you're part of the team too.
Yes.
So all love from the teammates. But we should do a stream one of these days and
Yeah.
show the audience,
Our skills a little bit. I know a lot of you
yeah.
like that for sure. Go ahead, Lou. Sorry.
Well, when they watched us, we weren't at our best then. So
Yeah,
at least they
we've
get
gotten
to
a
see
lot
the
better.
record. Yeah, they get to see the record. They get to see the team. They get to see the division. So we really put a lot of work into
Yeah.
uh,
We did one of
making
our
ourselves
goals.
better.
One of our goals this year, and that was to get to Division 1 and win the title, and we did. We did, and
Yeah.
now we've been top 15% back to back now. That's pretty good. Now it's time to get the contender and then win it. So we've been getting off bad starts in Elite Cup though. So hopefully this time when it happens again, we'll get off to a good start. Especially since I built a new cheesy build that we might be running with. I might be running with for a little bit.
By the way, EA, you guys messed us out of a win. I'm just putting that out
Yeah,
there.
that's
Team
true.
of five.
It's not the first
A
time
team of
either though, Lou.
Nah, no, but a team of five quit on us, and you gave them a win. We need to talk. EA and 2K, I'm here to listen. I'm here to tell you my problems.
Yeah.
So-
yeah, like hey, the trillions and trillions of the GT Nation and Legion, we're strong. A lot of the things Lou's looking forward to, I am also looking forward to. The show, Returnal. I want to talk about Returnal a little bit. I think a lot of people are sleeping on Returnal. I like how Sony does this. They take chances on smaller teams, and give them a chance to do a AAA type game. And House Marquee, the guys that did Resogun, Stardust HD, these smaller shooting up games are doing a 3D, a third person kind of shoot 'em up esque roguelike game. And the cool part about PS5 is they kind of have like a pod or episode and videos. You can go to the game and you can watch like them talking about it and seeing and picking their brain a little bit. And that stuff interests me because they've been working on a game for 5 years, Lou. And
Yeah.
it's looking like it's gonna pay off. A lot of people, I know there's not a lot of hype yet, but once that game comes out, I bet it gets pretty good reviews. And I think it will be a surprise hit for Sony. And this thing, Sony taking chances with smaller indie type developers and giving them a big chance to succeed. They do it a lot, and it doesn't always pay off. The Order was the big one. They gave Ready to Dawn in the PS4 generation. The guys that did God of War, Ghost of Sparta, and Chains of Olympus, and Daxter on PSP.
Yeah.
They gave them a chance to do, but I like The Order. I don't think it was the greatest thing ever, but it could have been better. The Order could have been, but it was fun. But this,
It missed out on some things like the little things.
yes,
The little
thing.
the little things make the game so great. So yeah,
But
they missed out on a lot.
Returnal looks like it's gonna be a major hit for them, and it's different from the Bethesda thing. I know a lot of Sony fans and Nintendo fans are really upset about the Bethesda deal. This is what I like about Sony, though, that they're not like they go after smaller studios and give them a chance to flourish, and they take a chance. They take a chance with a lot of their studios, and it pays off. Ghost of Tsushima, right? Horizon Zero Dawn. A lot of these are big hits now. People can't wait for the sequel of Ghost of Tsushima 2, right? Like, people are starving for that, right?
Yep.
Ratchet and Clank's going to be another big hit, I think, for them. Or a smaller hit, a softer blow for them. Obviously, the show, I'm excited for. Like, a lot of the stuff Lou said, I don't know if Horizon and God of War are going to make it. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. If it comes out this year, I'd be totally damn excited for Breath of the Wild 2 and Tales of Arise. And what's that, damn it, why am I forgetting it? The J.R.R. Martin game with Miyazaki. That Souls-like game. What's
Elden Ring?
Elden Ring. If that damn
Yeah.
fucking game comes out, I will also be hyped for that one. Those would be some of the stuff I'm looking forward.
Anything that George R. Martin is involved in, you're gonna wait a long time. They're still waiting for the last book in Game of Thrones.
You're right about that. You're right about that. Let's talk about the Nintendo Direct that happened February 17th. So it's not the Pokemon Direct. I did not watch it yet, and neither did Lou. So we're gonna just talk about the one on the 17th. I'm gonna start out. This was their big one. This was the one to kind of set off the year, and show what they're kind of doing. I know it a lot of people are like, meh on it, and I kind of agree. I mean, they had a lot to show. A lot, and I mean, they probably had 30 plus, I'm like counting, probably like 30 plus items here. We're not going to go through every single one. Obviously, you guys watched me watch that live, and you guys watched the video after of it. But, there was no Breath of the Wild 2. They ended on Splatoon 3, which was big. It's big, but I know a lot of people were hoping for like Breath of the Wild. Skyward Sword HD, that was a pretty cool reveal. I like, obviously, Pyro and Smash Brothers. I know a lot of the Smash community were not happy about that, but I'm a big Xenoblade fan. After playing Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and then I played Xenoblade Chronicles 1. And I loved that Mythra and Pyro got in. And plus blondes have more fun. Don't play as Pyro. Play as Mythra. Like, come on. She's the better. She's the best. And, they had a lot of smaller third parties like Fall Guys finally coming to the console and stuff like that. Was there anything that really, they did the Mario crossover thing? Project Triangle Strategy actually looks really cool. It's another Square Enix type game for them. Was there anything that really kind of blow you out of the water? I mean, the Ninja Gaiden Master Collection got me really excited, especially when I found out it's coming to PS4, because I will be buying
Yes.
PS4.
Yes. The things that stuck out to me, because I did watch the whole Direct, but I don't remember everything.
Oh, yeah, it's a while ago. We're just trying to catch up to the audience here.
Yeah, as I told you before the Direct, I really do believe that I didn't think that this was going to be a big Direct. I thought they would show Breath of the Wild 2 to end the show, but Splatoon 3 is a pleasant surprise, because I really do believe that PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo are going to have something big around E3 time. I don't think they're going to show their hand yet. As we all know, it's no secret now that there's a new Switch console coming.
Yes, I mean, that's a great point, Lou. I mean, that is a fantastic point there. And that's why he gets paid the big bucks, gentlemen. Except for NHL. I ain't going to pay him. He's going to walk.
Somebody's got to pay for my CTE.
But that's a great point. I mean, there's new Switch on the way, and plus, like you said, the possibility of E3 coming back. Continue. Go ahead. Those are some huge points.
I think this would be, with everything that's been going on for the past year, I think this would be a nice big event, to kick off the, well, I don't want to say kick off the summer, but be in the middle of summer.
Yes.
And so with PlayStation, they're going to bring the games. We're going to see a lot of games there. With Nintendo, we'll get a nice new console. They're going to show what they've been working on through the last year or so. Probably get Breath of the Wild 2. Probably get more Mario stuff that I'm not digging clearly of what will be.
I know you would. Shout out to Prandy as well. I know you guys were upset that it's Mario Golf. That was also announced here.
Yep. That's very disappointing. But and with Xbox, Xbox again, they let's see what they're gonna bring to the table now that they have Bethesda. It's gonna be a lot more games. So maybe we see, what is it, Elder Scrolls 6 is what they're gonna call it. Maybe we see something from there.
Starfield, maybe, possibly. That's the new IP, right?
Yeah. Also, they're
Hellblade.
working on. Yeah. Also, I'm pretty sure they're working on a Fallout New Vegas too. Or they're gonna do like a remaster.
I think you're right about that. Yeah, I think you're definitely right about that. With you made a lot of great points here. With them, with having with them probably saving a lot of chunk for E3. Is Breath of the Wild going to be ready for this year, or are we just getting Skyward Sword? That's our Zelda game. Because that's May, I believe, right?
I think it's going to be ready. I think it's going to be ready this year, if not maybe the beginning of next year. I think it's, they're already addressing the game.
Mm-hmm.
So they're already basically confirmed that it's coming, whereas they just don't reveal it. Usually they just reveal it, and we all know it's coming. But we know it's coming, and I personally think that it's going to be the end of the year game. I think Nintendo is probably going to bring it with the new console. So maybe that's why we haven't seen it.
Is it a console exclusive, though, to the new one? To the Switchy Pro?
I don't know, but it would be nice. It would be nice to have like a bundle, don't you think, with the new console?
I think that's a definite. I think you're definitely right. I think you're going to hit the nail on the head, and damn it, make some more Joy-Cons. I'm still waiting for my Skyward Sword Joy-Con. Had it in my cart, and it's gone.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to pre-order mine.
It's all good, Joel. You didn't get your stem yet? That sucks, Joel. That sucks. Damn. I know a lot of you are still waiting. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, what really stuck out to me, what I saw from it, I thought it was a good first show for a big event.
Okay.
So I really I didn't expect a lot from it so early on. You can't show your full hand in March.
I think that's a good point. I think that's a really good point. A lot of great points you made. Let's go to the Sony State of Play, February 25th. This is right when JJ's dad was here, so I was very busy. But we eventually got to it, and you guys saw it. Let's get into that. What did was this definitely the state of meh, or did you? Because I saw a lot of people not being super satisfied or thinking state of plays are just kind of okay. They haven't had that big boom heavy hitter yet. Because we haven't seen Horizon yet or God of War or anything like that. How'd you feel about the state of play?
So, my feeling is about the state of play is I think people expect a lot, but don't realize the build.
Yes.
They're building towards a big show. So what we saw today, Sony has so many things that they're working on that they can save the big stuff for the big show and show it anytime they want. And like you said, kind of make you wait until it's fully ready.
Yes.
So, would I've liked to see God of War? I've actually predicted that God of War would have been shown.
Yes.
I actually predicted more from the state of play, but I'm kind of. Am I a little disappointed compared to what I predicted? Yes, but I understand that I think that they're waiting for a bigger show, and I think that bigger show is E3.
Yeah.
To me, I think E3 or whatever around that time.
Yeah. Because obviously they technically don't
E3,
attend E3, but Lou's right. They'll probably have a state of play around that time, I would assume. Go ahead.
Yeah, because I really just don't think. I think right now their main focus is getting PS5s out there.
And plus,
I think that.
Go ahead.
I think the demand was so higher than anyone expected, and with one of the people, as Brandy said in a party yesterday, there are parts that that are behind the wagon, I guess you would say, in productivity. So
Honestly,
you
they've
can't.
done a pretty good job of making those. I mean, they're
Yeah.
seeming to have them weekly now, pretty much every store. But they obviously, like you said, the demand is so high. A lot of great valid points. Did that Final Fantasy integrate? Final Fantasy VII. They ended the show off. Was that a big enough punch for you? Like, is God of War delayed? I think Horizon's probably this year. I think that's going to be the final game. Plus, obviously, we just talked about Returnal, Ratchet, the show. I mean, they got a lot of exclusives under their belts this year already.
Um.
That they're going to be fine. So, what are your thoughts
Well.
on it?
Well, the state of play for me is, I think. I think
Sorry to hear that,
the
Joel.
Final Fan. Huh?
Starting to Joel for a second, but go ahead.
Okay. The Final Fantasy announcement. I think that was kind of. We all knew that it was coming.
Yes. His internet cut out a little bit. Or mine did. One of the two. We'll see if we get him back. Like, how do you guys feel about Final Fantasy VII Intergrade? Because it's such an interesting point. Sorry, Lou, we can't hear you at the moment here. We'll wait till he comes back, but I'll tell you what I kind of enjoyed about it. I did really enjoy Kenna Bridge of Spirits getting a release date. Returnal, they showed more Returnal. Lou's back. How you doing, Lou? Having a PS5 upgrade for Crash 4.
Can you hear me?
Oh, we can hear you now. I'm
Okay,
just going
I don't
over
know
what
what
I
that
like
was.
really quick, and we'll let you continue. I really liked that they had, Returnal, Crash 4 update, free PS5 update. Solar Ash looks really good. The Five Nights at Freddy game. Wow, I'm actually really impressed with that. That game looks really good. And Lou, out of all the games at that state of play, what had the highest amount of views? Your guess.
The integrate stuff, Final Fantasy.
You figure it would be Final Fantasy, right?
Yeah.
Five
Yeah.
Nights at Freddy had 6 million.
Oof.
That
Oof.
game is going to be a juggernaut because I believe it's a console exclusive to PS5. That game, that lore, that fan base, I think we're going to have to scoop that up if that comes out this year, which it is slated to, it said, but there was no official date for it. That
Yeah.
game, I was incredibly surprised how well it looked. Especially if you guys know anything about Five Nights at Freddy. Mostly a PC point-and-click game. I believe all the games are on PS4, PS5 now. I think I saw that.
I think I saw them on a sale.
The prequel collection. Kenna Bridge of Spirits looks so good. I am excited about that game. Another indie developer getting a chance to flex their muscle a little bit. Kind of, I don't want to say it's pathless, but I kind of like mid-tier, mid-tier indie. And what I mean by that is you definitely have some production value and money put into it, because indie games, they can vary. Some games, look like 8-bit, 32-bit, right? Kenna and Pathless had some money put into them. You could tell that there was some push behind them. FNAF is amazing. I know you're a big fan of FNAF, Joel. But go ahead with your Final Fantasy stuff. Go ahead with all the questions I have.
Make a long story short before my internet got came in and can play there. Yeah, I mean, we all knew it was coming. I felt like I knew that it was coming to upgrade.
Yes,
I'm surprised it
I
didn't
think you're
come
right.
over to Xbox. I'm surprised it's not coming to Xbox, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I don't.
They haven't announced anything for it yet, which is kind of interesting. I figured it would be on the Xbox.
It is funny to me. I'm gonna say this, that that it's free for the PS4 version right now for PS Plus.
Yes.
But you can't get the upgrade for free. I understand why.
Yes.
But it makes me think that later on in the year that they're gonna give that game, the next gen version, away for free. They might even give it away as soon as June. So.
You think so? That's interesting because it comes out in June, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I'm saying though that I think PlayStation said recently that every free game that they give away for the PS5 is going to be a new game going forward, right? Isn't that what they said?
That's a good point because the rumor was we're getting Oddworld Soulstorm next month, right? That's the big rumor.
Yep. So,
which would be pretty big. I mean, Sony's been rolling right now. They've been doing a really impressive job with the free PS5 game. It's kind of crazy, and a lot of them have turned into big hits. The Destruction All-Stars is awesome. Fun game. I don't think a lot of people would pay $70 for that game, but giving it free, you give life to that game. That game's really fun, and we pretty much never really had trouble getting into a gameplay, getting into a match. And if we did, we would back out and just back right in and get into one.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
What about God of War and Horizon? What do you see for them, Lou? Where are they going?
I see something in between May and August. We'll start hearing more from them in Final Fantasy 16.
Okay.
So,
what about do you think there's a real possibility still that God of War and Horizon come out this year?
I think God of War gets pushed on the back burner. I wouldn't be surprised if it did. But
that's
I think God of War. Yeah, I think God of War gets pushed on the back burner. I think Final Fantasy 16 comes out this year.
Really? Ooh,
I think
bold choice.
Yeah, I think 16 comes out this year, and I think Horizon is almost ready, but that might come out sometime next year. I don't know. It would be hard for me to think that Sony doesn't really bring
one of them.
Yeah, one or maybe not two of them, this year. So I think right now, they are working on getting consoles out there, and if you get consoles out there, those games. If you get enough consoles out there, those games are gonna go like hotcakes. So,
all valid points, really good points.
So I think that those games are could be pushed on the back burner because there's not enough consoles yet.
Yeah.
To meet the demand. I think that they want to meet the demand, and the demand is very high. Yes. So when they fulfill the demand of the consoles, we'll start getting all of these games one after another, like we're starting to get now. Right? Returnal's coming, and then you got Ratchet.
Returnal and the show are like the same month too. They're only like a week or two apart too.
And Resident Evil's coming that month.
May comes out May.
Is it May? Okay.
Yeah, May.
What else comes out? There's something else that comes out May.
I think it's Deathloop, Resident Evil 8, and Mass Effect Legendary Edition, the trilogy, are all May, which is pretty big.
Yeah.
I think Deathloop will do surprisingly well. I think it'll do a lot better than most people think. I know us on the channel are not really too high, but that studio is very good. That's a very good. It's the Dishonored studio, and that game looks pretty fun. Looks pretty cool. My prediction though is I think Horizon's the end year game this year, and I think 16 and God of War they're getting pushed back. I think God of War will probably be an April-like game next year, and I think Final Fantasy 16 will probably be the summer game next year. That's my guess, because we're still going to get Gran Turismo and some other stuff that hasn't have a release date yet. But I feel like Gran Turismo, they can pretty much put that out at any time they want, and it will sell. Like it'll probably won't super sell here, but everywhere else in the world, it's going to sell a bajillion copies, because that game just sells so much. It's crazy to see how many copies Gran Turismo sells. It's like, geez, like 40 million copies. It's like it's that much. It's ridiculous. So that franchise is never going away. Let's start let's finish it up. Let's start about Square Enix Presents, which was not too far. It was the 18th. It was about like 4 or 5 days ago, I think, right?
Yes.
Very interesting, and Lou brought up great point throughout this podcast, this whole theme, that you don't show your full hand. But how did you feel about Square Enix Presents? A lot of people were hella disappointed.
Man. I mean, it was really the Life is Strange, right? That's what they showed mostly.
That got leaked. That got leaked too. The whole title and everything got leaked. Before the show. There's one big thing I'm actually pretty excited about on this. Well, I'll get to it when it's your turn. When it's my turn. But I just wanted to pick your brain a little to see if you remember anything that was like.
I remember
I know you're a
Life
big fan of Life is Strange though. So what do you think of that one?
I think it looks good. I like the remaster idea. I will be getting both.
New engine, right? It's definitely a higher res than the original ones.
Yeah, so
part 3.
I'm very excited about the potential story that we're gonna be coming upon in True Colors. I think that's the surname.
Yeah,
right?
It is. Yes.
Life is Strange surname. Okay. Very excited to go upon that story. I know they showed Avengers stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They revealed Black Panther. Coming soon.
They showed the whole timeline too. It's not just Black Panther. They're gonna have a bunch of other Avengers stuff sprinkled throughout. They're gonna have like Tachyon Rifts. They're gonna have a bunch of summer content. I don't have it written down here because I forgot to write it down. But I think that Black Panther has big potential to bring a lot of people in because it has over 3 million views on that trailer.
Well, they need to start getting a lot of stuff right if they wanna. They need to really start. I think the game is still buggy to some people. They need to
for
make
sure.
it a little
Some
more.
trophies were still bugged a little bit. I've seen some T-posing too on the PS5 version when I was playing story mode. Like I'll do a thunderclap with Hulk and just murder everybody, but they'll be like T-posing a little bit. But honestly, the game has been a lot better than I thought it would be because my expectations were very low. Once they said Life of Service, I was like, I don't have high hopes, but I bought it, day one. I got it 3 days early. I put $80 into it right away. Put over 100 hours. Got the plat with you guys. That was really fun to play with you guys. Love Kate's DLC. I was loving Hawkeye's DLC until I have to restart, which I'll be playing again. I'm excited to get into Hawkeye's DLC now that once I got the plat out of the way. But I really do like the story they're building, and I like the content they're building. I just know a lot of people, the Life of Service stuff bothers people. But honestly, they're kind of doing it the right way. They're not really charging us anything for it. We got a free upgrade for PS5. We don't have to pay for any of the DLC lately. I think that might change if it goes free to play. If it goes free to play, which could be its future. Go ahead.
I will say one thing: they are doing the Life of Service thing the right way right now.
Yeah.
But as I expressed before, I was not too hot on it because I want an Avengers story game.
Mm-hmm.
I want an Avengers.
Yes.
Hear me out. This might not be a good idea to some people, but I would like a nice 20, maybe 25-hour story. You bring in characters, DLCs, you play their story a couple hours. You add them to an overall game, which would be the next game, and you keep going forward. I think you can keep going forward with a big Avengers story, just like the universe, right?
Yes.
So
I think that's why a lot of people were disappointed with this game because of the Life of Serviceness. You bring up a great point because I think Spider-Man hurt this game. Not the character, but Spider-Man. Insomniac's Marvel Spider-Man, Sony's Marvel Spider-Man game. That was Game of the Year worthy. It got nominated for Game of the Year with God of War, of all things, right? And Monster Hunter World and Red Dead Redemption 2. So it was hanging out with the big boys, right? It showed that Sony has a great knack and strength for storytelling, and that's their bread and butter. They know people want these linear experiences with a great story, and they'll put how many hours into it, whatever they want. I know a lot of people have a big complaint. They're all third-person action games. They all have that same vibe. Sony doesn't care, though. They know what their fan base is. They know people want to play it, and that does not bother them at all because they're all very unique and different. They don't play the same. They might have that similar look and vibe, but that's just a great brilliance to their branding. So I think a lot of people were exactly what you said. I think because that game was mostly a good 20-hour story. You could put up to 50 to 60 hours of all the content and DLC and collecting everything in that game for sure. And it was fantastic to play it again on PS5. The remaster, it was so good. And it makes you open your eyes again, like, oh yeah, like, oh, I don't remember that particular moment. Okay, that makes more sense now in Miles Morales and stuff like that. Like Gloria and some other aspects of that game. But it's that relationship between Peter and Dr. Octavius was just so damn good that people vibe with it. So a lot of people thought the same thing was going to happen with Avengers, and mostly the story stuff is really good. I think them actually going with Kamala, having her kind of recruit everybody again in this Inhuman world now, because the Avengers are blamed for A-Day, stuff like that. Cap's dead. Yada yada yada. You get it. We already had an Avengers spoiler cast. We already talked about it. Or vaguely, we talked about it on a pod or something. I think we started out talking about it. I don't think we had a full spoiler cast on that, but I think the story and what is there was pretty solid for Avengers, but it's the other stuff that people don't want to do, the grindy shit, right? I don't want to get every character to level 50. I don't want to get every character to 150, right?
Well, that's the point of a Life of Service game, don't you think? And that's the thing, though, is that.
But I think that feeds into your theory, though, that why people are turned off by this game.
Because you want a story game. People may say story is dead, but I think you make money. I think you make and you bring in a lot of eyes if you have a great Avengers series games.
Yes.
So something where you have the first game is whatever the theme is. You have your DLCs. Hopefully, those guys are involved in the second game. Have your DLCs. Hopefully, and you work it out where you can have this whole universe, and some of them walk away, some of them pass on. Mm-hmm. You can make it something. With this Life of Service thing, I don't have a problem with Life of Service, but the thing with Life of Service is after a while, the average person will get tired of it, and they won't play it for as many hours as they should, and it's so much work to keep up new content. Like with Destiny, right? Look at Destiny for an example.
Yeah.
I played Destiny year 1. I went back 3 years later. I'm so lost. Why am I so?
Very true.
Why am I so lost? They added so much stuff for you to do that if you were not paying attention, you're really behind the 8 ball. And that's kind of what Avengers needs to do with their life, with their games. Yeah. Is you got to keep it hip. You have to keep it.
To be fair, this still could really work. I mean, the Wakanda stuff could definitely be a Taken King-like thing and just send it over the top. I mean, you get 3 million views on a trailer that was like, a minute? It was all CGI. Yeah. It wasn't anything. Like, they didn't even show him. Like, they showed him, but they didn't show what he looked like in-game. Like, him attacking and shit, and his abilities and stuff, right? Because that's, like, a little farther out. It's summertime, right? That they're going to have him. And possibly Spider-Man. I mean, Sony might get 2 characters. They might get Black Panther and Spider-Man because they have the exclusive rights for Spider-Man. Go ahead, Lou. Sorry.
No. I was just gonna say that it's not that I don't think it's going to work. I just don't think. I think that you're missing out on having an Avengers own type game.
Yeah.
You can have a Life of Service.
Yeah.
But I just think that you're missing out on. I don't want to say we're making money, but you're missing out on something bigger, I guess you would say, by having a story, by having DLC characters later on that you can build in this universe, by building a universe that's story driven. It's not Life of Service driven. But,
I mean, that's a valid point because I think there's a balance because I don't think it is so Life of Service driven. I think it is kind of story driven because the DLCs do a really good job. The operations do a really good job adding on to what you did and, the Reassemble campaign with Kate and Clint's story. I don't know how Hawkeye's story ends, though. I heard it was kind of not as good, but Kate's DLC was fantastic. I really enjoyed, and it was a nice build on of
It is a good point that they're trying to mix in story
yes.
and life of service.
But your
But
point, but to your point, I think a lot of game companies go in and they're trying to be the next Destiny or Fortnite, and you just can't do that. The game needs to come first,
yes,
not the dollars. And I think maybe that's what they were thinking about in Avengers. Maybe they were thinking about the dollar first a little bit. Or maybe they just thought people are accustomed to these because there's plenty of them. Anthem, Destiny, blah, 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 Final Fantasy 14. Plenty of MMO type, life of service games that are killing it. That are going, except for Anthem. Anthem's dead. Anthem's officially gone.
Anthem is RIP.
Rest in peace to Anthem there. But it's really interesting that they're trying. We'll see if they come under pressure and then they do the free to play stuff. That would be a big telling sign that maybe it really didn't work out for them. But I think you got to go into it and you got to have the game first. But again, I don't think they're so intrusive. They're trying to build their story. They're really trying hard, but it's a way people like Lou said that they don't consume it that way. Because it's like shit. I grinded these characters out. You brought a new character in. I kind of don't want to grind them out. I might play their story, but I don't really want to grind them out and stuff. And how do you keep that loop going? And that's the ultimate question of the universe, because no one really knows it. When Fortnite came out, it was not like Battle Royale was the secondary mode. A lot of people don't know there was another mode to Fortnite. Like there's a story mode and stuff, but the Battle Royale took off and they made a shit ton of money, and to the point they just launched Lara Croft in the damn game today. It's like, geez, like they're getting everybody. They're getting everybody. So Lou made a lot of great points. Let's talk about anything else. The one thing I want to talk about is, this is really good, is Project Athia no longer is called Project Athia. It's called Forspoken, which means there's a good chance that game's real now. That game has an actual deadline. And the combat looks really good. It's the team that did Final Fantasy 15, which kind of turns me off a little bit because the combat wasn't good in 15, in my personal opinion. Don't kill me, Square fans. Just saying, as a Final Fantasy head and how many final hours of all the Final Fantasies I put into 15, I did not really love. I do want to go back because of my PS5. There's so many games I want to play and see. And 4K, Ultra HD and 60 frames per second, like Metal Gear and Final Fantasy 15, all these other games. Like, I do want to play the Final Fantasy 15 Royal DLC some point. I just don't know when I'm ever going to squeeze it in, but I kind of want to see a lot of my older games on PS5, run and stuff like that. But I like that Forspoken. And the combat looked great. Like, the combat looked fantastic, the little we showed. It's going to be interesting. Seems like they're bending real world with fantasy a little bit. So I wonder how it's going to go. It's interesting to see. I mean, that game stuck out to me. And I was not expecting it to be shown there. I was like, with a name called Project Athia, the fact that it has a name now, that means there's a finish line for that game. That's a good thing. But that's probably the two biggest things for me, was that and the Avengers stuff I really enjoyed. And it's fun playing again, to be honest with you. They did a lot of mobile stuff in here. I was really shocked about Tomb Raider. I want to talk about Outriders a little bit. Outriders looked really good. Another kind of Destiny-like game where you play with your buddies, but it seems like you can play it by yourself. But Outriders look really good. I haven't played the demo. Tell me what you guys think down below. Was there obviously the highlight for you was Life is Strange. Anything else you wanted to talk about, Lou?
I think they're another company too. We'll see big things in the middle of the summer, probably E3.
Yeah, you're
maybe
right about
new Tomb Raider game. New Tomb Raider. They're working on Final Fantasy, so we'll see that eventually. So, I think we'll see more stuff from Square.
Potentially another Dragon
Kingdom
Quest
Hearts.
too.
Yeah, something Kingdom Hearts. Probably.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So,
we didn't get any of those remasters we predicted. You know, the remaster we got was Life is Strange 1 and Before the Storm.
Yeah.
We didn't. None of us predicted. We were thinking Kingdom Hearts remake or something. There's some remakes happening for sure. They're definitely down that line for sure. Same thing with Capcom. There's more remakes coming down the line. I know some people are tired of that, but I think it's keep them coming. If they're great quality, I'll keep buying them. Go ahead.
And if there's a game that needs to be remade, it's probably Kingdom Hearts 1.
Yeah.
That game is 2002 old, right? So
yes, and like I'm playing Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 1, which came out in 2007. Game shows its age. You know, it definitely shows its age. Where when I get to the other ones, I bet they're gonna look really nice on the TV. Where this one, it's like, you know, this definitely was pre HD. You know, right? You know, like, but you know, it's just having fun. I had the itch, just kind of like how you had the itch to platinum some other stuff. I kind of had an itch with that. I want to thank Lou for joining me for this episode. Shout out to Joel. Shout out to everybody that was hanging out. I know a lot of you will watch this later. Make sure you smash the hell of the like button. Appreciate all the love and support. We'll get going on Twitch streams, I promise. Hopefully I can roll one out tomorrow. But I appreciate it. I really do. Bottom of my heart, guys. Thank you so much. Comment down below. What was the biggest thing for your first half of the year, gaming-wise? I know a lot of you are still trying to get consoles. Joel was saying he wants to get a Switch Lite. You might want to hold off on the Switch Lite, man. The Switchy Pro is on the way. It is a real thing, Joel.
And it's rumored to be $399. So
yes,
if you've learned anything from the last Switch and what's going on with PlayStation and next-gen consoles, have your money ready and be ready to pre-order.
Yes.
Otherwise, you're going to be waiting a long time.
Yes. Lou makes a lot of great points about that as well. Tell us what you guys are looking forward to. You guys still trying to get a PS5? You're going to look forward to Returnal. I know a lot of you are going to be picking up that Mass Effect trilogy. I know you're excited about that to be Shepard again. And I'm excited to play that. I'm actually really excited to play that. That and Ninja Gaiden trilogy. I'm super excited to dive back into those games. There's so much this year that's still going to be really good, guys. It's still going to be a pretty good year for games. Obviously, people want just the big heavy hitters, but I think there'll be a lot of surprises this year. Lou's right. I think there's going to be a lot of E3 big announcements. Is it time for some Devil May Cry news? Like, are we going to get some more? Are we going to see anything of the Resident Evil 4 remake? Are we going to see Dino Crisis? I think Dino Crisis is on the way at some point. I don't think yet. I think we're going to have to wait a little bit more, but I think they want to do it for sure. But I've been your fellow Straussman.
We're getting to the fun time of the year, which is E3. So you'll see and hear a lot of rumors. So just be ready. It's going to be just have fun with it. So
yeah, we'll try to get you guys a pod next week too. If anything big Microsoft happens or anything, if they have the event, and just talk more gaming news and stuff. There's been a lot of great stuff happening. I've been your fellow Straussman of the GG. Skip to my Lou. We're outie.
See ya.